studied it in college. About half the people in the class planned to go to China at some point.
Yeah,
And I guess they did.
you think so?
Because it opened up.
Oh, they can now.
Yeah. But at the time,
How about all the people that got to go for the games?
well, yeah, I mean, now it's different.
It's a different story.
Yeah. I mean, they were right to anticipate that. I figured it'd always be closed.
There's quite a bit of reading material here today. I don't know if that's different other
you gonna
days.
read us some of that?
This? I don't know Chinese either.
There's a page of English in there. You don't have to read it, but it is fun. English.
English.
Yes, there's a page full of English in there, yes. I still have saucers and things to put out. And
I'll try not to eat all the cookies before you give me.
well, that's the way it goes sometimes, you know.
They're good.
If you're able to control yourself and you know, keep control of yourself and not eat the cookies until time,
Okay.
then you'll have cookies with your tea, won't you? And if you don't,
I'll try to hold myself
if you
back.
don't, if you don't control yourself, then you'll have no cookies with your tea. So it's up to you. You make your own destiny around here.
That's good to know.
Have you been to the French Broad Chocolate Lounge? It's so delicious. It's fairly new. It's on Lexington Avenue, right by the 16 Patton, that art gallery. Are you familiar? It's right on the corner. They have the best truffles. It's so good. There's a guy named Dan and his wife Jill that own it, and it's just amazing. They have they even have ice cream there, and you can go get like a nice big glass of wine if you drink wine with your chocolates, and it's actually a comfortable place. You can just the furniture there is so comfortable. You can kind of like lay back and really lounge. So the name is kind of appropriate. Although by the time you leave, you're buzzing on sugar so
Does that
much
look
that
about
you're
right
not.
to you?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Just steep about 3 or 4 minutes. Probably good.
Yeah, it's about there.
Well, that location, there's been a lot of changes, right?
Yeah.
But any place where you can sit and read a newspaper or a book is a good thing.
Yeah, and I
They're
mean
hard
the
to find.
They are hard to find.
I've noticed.
Well, you know, it's public space. Public space is disappearing. I mean, there was a time in my life you could walk down the street, you could sit down on the bench, you could start conversations with people. It was free space.
It's almost like they don't want to have people talking freely to one another, so they take away the spaces.
Yeah, there's no, it's like obsolete. And I think it's really a shame.
Well, it's destroying community.
Absolutely. There's no commons.
Right. Right. The founding fathers would have been appalled to do away with the commons. What a preposterous idea. Well, they would have never even thought that it could happen.
No, they never would have considered it.
Yeah.
I guess there was some, England, 18th century, 17th century, maybe they drew in a little bit on that. It was agriculture. They took away the common agricultural land.
Mm-hmm.
But still, in the city, you could, you could go all day and not spend $1.
Yeah.
And have a great time.
Right.
And now it's as if everything is commercialized. It's always a commercial enterprise, and so it's all private space.
Now, of course, the Lord has fix this up. Teeth.
I like your mug. If we all work together, we can totally disrupt the system.
Well, it's a big if.
If.
Yeah,
That's
the
what it says.
problem is- That's why I do my shows, because I'm trying to get everybody to work together.
Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
This particular show, a little over a year, I guess. How about that? You now have tea, my friends.
Yay!
And everything is on the table, and everything is ready, with one exception. And that is,
You?
no,
Uh-oh.
The jasmine.
Well, this should be pretty interesting.
the cream, which I don't know if I have any, I'm gonna have to go look. Oh yeah, this is entertainment right here. Watch that, and do we have any room from this? Probably I should do any room that. There you go.
Any minute now.
It's interesting. It's
Mm-hmm.
they're expanding.
Mm-hmm.
They look like sea creatures.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's not like any tea I've seen before.
Me neither. The jasmine I was talking about was just, it was in a big can, but it had little bitty flowers in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not like that. That's
Oh.
amazing.
No, I've never seen anything like that. It's either very old.
Those look like sea urchin.
Very new.
Look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's alive, definitely. I'm not gonna show you. Ah, there it goes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, there it goes. Oh, yep, did it. Oh, look.
Wow.
You gotta put a camera on this.
You need
stuff.
to. That's amazing. It's
I should put the
it's
camera
growing.
on this. Let's see.
Yeah, and
It went from a small little like seed to a
yeah, that looked like a tree.
aquatic florist.
Let's see.
Strange. Can you?
Really doesn't look like.
Trying to get white behind it instead of black. The compass on it. Let's see. That helps. Okay.
It grew.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff.
I've never witnessed tea do that. That's all new to me.
Is this from the same folks you were talking about?
Oh, this is Woody Mountain.
All right, so are you the only importer, or?
I don't import it. I
mean,
just get it from.
I mean, could somebody in New York City go somewhere and
Well,
get a hold of this?
I don't know if it's available in New York City.
It looks like an underwater flower arrangement.
Mrs. Wang, they have a, they have a, they have, I don't hear anything. To talk to me, people.
Hello, hello.
Some-
Hi.
Okay, I can hear some people, I don't hear. Me, I didn't turn my phantom power on. I haven't turned my mic on yet. I'm getting to it though. There we go. Now, let's see. Takes a moment. Oh, look at it there.
Look at it. It's a great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't quite see all the color. Like this flower on this side is
Well,
pink.
Turn it around.
Yeah.
Show it to the world there. Okay. Oh yeah, I get this from the Mrs. Wang or Mrs. Wong, whatever her name is, and she and her husband have a Chinese restaurant here in town, and I go and I eat there.
It's gorgeous.
And I noticed that the tea was very good, so I started. I noticed they had bulk tea, and I started getting bulk tea from them because it was just. Go ahead and pour some tea into your cups there from
Yeah,
the
let's
blue
try
pot.
that stuff. See if it's as.
Well, try the blue pot, the first one. That's and
Okay.
see if that's the type that you like.
I'm down. Gonna pour it for me.
And I'm
I want to try both. I want to see if the other is as taste as good as it looks.
okay. And
Thank you.
and there's sugar over there. I do recommend with the floral teas 1 sugar cube because it really helps bring the floral kind of flavor
Okay.
out.
Gotcha.
The
Since I'm staying up late tonight.
you're going up with that one, okay?
Yeah.
You're apt to get a few little flowers in your cup too. That usually happens.
It won't bother me.
Not a bit. So
All right.
Anybody else?
not yet. So anyway, so I started picking up a few boxes of
Where's this?
that's the sugar. Yes. And I'm sorry I don't have the little pincher things right now, but they're
Hey,
somewhere
it's
in a
okay.
box. Anyway, yeah, to put that more in the it's like center that up on the screen for us there. Or I can just do this. There we go. Let's do that. There we go. Oh yeah.
Well, thanks for having us over for tea.
Yeah. Now we can.
Feels right at home.
Huh?
Feels right at home.
Feels right at home.
The presidential background.
All kinds of things, yeah. So then, anyway, so I started buying tea from her, and then they started selling more teas, and they got these metal canisters that are similar to the ones if you've seen the in China they have state-owned tea houses where you go in, and they have the tea is there in these metal canisters, and she showed up with a whole row of these metal canisters just like the ones in the tea houses there, and with the labels on them, and she was and so I started buying bulk out of these containers, and that opened up a whole nother world to try to figure out how all that works, you know. And there's not number 1 oolong and number 2 oolong this and that, and on it goes. So at one point I was telling her how much I like this tea from Wuyi Mountain, and she says, "Oh, that is my tea company in China." And then later on, I said something about it, and she was like, "Oh, that is my tea company in China." So I got to thinking about it while I was away, and the next time I went and bought tea, I asked her, I said, when I talked to you before, you said that is my tea company in China. I said, is that your tea company in China? And she goes, "Oh, yes," she says. And then she hesitated, and she went, "No." And then she says, my brother runs the tea company." So it's a family business, and her brother runs the tea company. And because she lives in America, obviously, she's not running the tea company. She's running a restaurant, but a very good one. And she has wonderful teas in bulk. Well, did you taste yours yet?
Mm-hmm.
Was it
That's good.
what you had in mind or not?
I don't have anything in mind.
Okay. All right.
No, this is delicious.
Is yours good?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even tried any of it. Would you pour some of that in the blue pot into mine?
I would.
Okay.
That handle hold.
Oh, yeah.
Want to fill it up?
Yeah. Almost. Yeah.
About that.
Yeah. So the teapots today we're working, these 2 teapots. The blue one was a gift from Justin, and the glass one that we're blooming in over there was a gift from Judson Laird, who ordered that and sent it with me today for tea. Because he'd heard me complaining about not having a glass pot to do my blooming teas in, you know. And he was kind enough to get me a really fancy one.
Are there other blooming teas?
There are. I put 2 different ones in that one.
I've never seen that before. That was amazing. I love it.
It is. It's entertainment, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I just wasn't expecting that to happen.
Oh. You didn't know what was going to happen, did you?
No.
It's hard to know. Well, at the tea party, at a mad scientist tea party, you never know what's going to happen.
No,
No.
I didn't know.
It's all been a
anything before she
surprise
did.
for you, hasn't it?
Every bit of it.
First you come in and the grumpy old guy is like, you sit over there and shut up, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay. But that's how I usually start my tea parties in my tea party panic. And then
And
is
it
it?
lightens up. It's tea time.
Yeah. Wow. You see what time it is?
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock.
What's that mean?
Well, that means that we are 40 minutes late on running the 420 roll.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run a belated 420 roll.
Okay.
I'm sure
Great.
that everybody's excited about that.
And I'm gonna have tea.
That's
I
right.
am.
And then by the time it's all over, I'll be having some too. Now I have to. I'm in the wrong chair. That's what's wrong.
Am I sitting in
No,
the chair?
no. My chair's been someone's stolen it. It's out somewhere else. I sit in one with wheels on it, so I can roll around and reach things and stuff, you know, from my spot.
Mhm.
Okay, let me get that, and then we'll come back and make.
What do you
it work.
suppose a 420 roll is?
Well, a lot of things come to mind for me, but I bet it has nothing to do with what he's talking about. What do you think?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, he has this thing right here that he's.
Mm-hmm.
But then he said 420 roll and disappeared.
Well, it's got to get it, or make it.
Or roll
I
it.
wish Allison was
Whatever.
there.
That's just 420 roll. That's
Now, next time I visit, I'll have to. My husband is a glass blower, and he makes teapots, and they're obviously glass. But
Oh, yeah?
that would be really nice for the blooming flowers. I'll have to
Yeah.
talk with him and see if we can use one for our next tea party.
Is it tea yak?
Mm-hmm. We had 2 different kinds.
Getting pretty close.
Oh, come and have a seat.
Hi.
Tell her about what kind of teas we have, so that she'll be able to figure it out.
Oh, I want the pretty flowers.
Yeah, I do too. I'm gonna try that one.
I'm gonna do that one
Is it?
next.
It's steeped.
Mhm.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
That'll be about right.
Absolutely.
I poured mine a little too
I think
early.
you were a little early, about a
Yeah.
minute
Yeah.
or two early.
Yeah, it's a different color.
Yeah,
Yeah,
much more to it. And I recommend that at least one. I recommend one sugar cube in the flour tea.
There we go. You have a beautiful necklace.
Thank you. Is he having fun today?
Yeah, this is really nice. I had no idea we were having a tea party.
You didn't know?
No,
You go to the tea party to have a tea party.
that's right. Well, all Troy told me was mad scientist.
Troy sent you?
Yes. Well, he's my roommate.
What kind of cookies?
The 420 reel, right?
Roll.
Roll, 420 roll. Okay, good.
Good morning. Welcome to the Pleasure Saucer.
Always Private Theater at Crowd 5.
Watch The Casey Waters Show, Sunday nights, 9 p.m. on URTV. To get interesting, eccentric, philosophical presentations, and artwork by Judson Laird, which is manipulated using interesting graphic art techniques.
Hey John, how are you doing?
I'm good. Say, you're watching the 420 roll.
You're watching the 420 roll.
Right.
What is that?
Takes a long time. It takes a long time to heal. Broken heart. Darling, when you were mine, made me feel so fine. Baby, right from the start. Takes a long time. Takes a long time to heal. Broken hearts. If I could go back in time, if I could go back in time, you know I would. No, I would. takes a long time. It takes a long, long time to heal. Broken heart. And if I could go back in time, you know I would. No, I would.
We are YUK, you're watching the 420 roll.
Like not scary.
Oh, Joe, you're so hot. That's my baby, Joe. Sorry, that happened too many times Don't burn your dick. That's why you have leather panties. He does have leather panties. I'm not kidding. About that That's fucking hot. No, you wouldn't say that. You would say that. That makes me feel funny. I'd be the answer. I'd say you're on the Yeah, hit him! Burn him! Maim him! Alright, maybe not.
Okay, the microphones are up now.
Do you, that 420 roll, do you? How often?
2 a.m., then the 6:21 rolls at 4:20 a.m. So if I will remember to do another one, I shall. That's what it was. I left the.
If I did 15 minutes, that was that you know adequate. Would you use it? I mean, do you use?
I could.
So I like 15 minutes. That's fine.
You do.
Yeah. I mean, it's. You know, it's a lot of minutes.
You may have noticed I had sponsors. Did you see my sponsors? I have people who sponsor the 420 roll.
Yeah.
And so I have to tag that on. It has to be part of it. This the little thank yous. And things. Yes. I currently have the let me put my headphones on so I know what's going on. Hello. Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. I can hear you.
You told me that if I repeated September 4th,
All right, now
2008.
September 4th, that's next month, right? No?
Well, it is
Yeah.
next month, but it's also a week from now.
1 week from
Today.
Today is Thursday, so it's next Thursday.
Next Thursday night from 6:30 to 9 o'clock.
So it's kind of an early start, 6:30.
Yeah, all you can eat and all you can drink at the Art Museum. And I just wanted to continue to repeat September 4th.
And is there a
6:30
charge?
to 9
Is there a
o'clock.
charge for this?
Yeah,
There
that's
is a
okay.
charge. It is $35 for non-members, $30 for a member, $55 a couple for members, and $65 for non-members, and $40 at the door for everybody. But if you want to volunteer, you know, and help me out, I can also, you know, of course you wouldn't have to pay then because you'd be working.
And it's not fancy dress, you said. Is
No,
that
not
right?
at all. It's casual.
Usually those kind of things are fancy dress.
Yeah, but this isn't.
Okay.
People can just come how they are. If you know you happen to be dressed up because you left work, you know that's okay. But
But you can pull your tie off maybe.
absolutely,
come in.
absolutely, yes. And there'll just be over 100 wines, some local beers and bourbon, along with a lot of food from local restaurants.
So I assume if there's over 100 wines, that means there'll be well over 100 bottles of wine.
Yes.
So this is a party with well over 100 bottles of wine. That sounds like kicking off to a good start.
Yeah.
So if there's no more than 100 people there, if there's 50 people there, you get to drink 2 bottles.
All by yourself.
All by yourself. And it all has to be drunk by the end of the night.
That's
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sure.
No, it's there'll probably be 300, 250 or 300 or more people there. There's a silent auction with over 130 items that will be auctioning off at that point. And I have some of the restaurants that are donated food. Do you want to hear some of those?
And a stellar cast of our town's most prominent winos are going to be are going to show up, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Do you
Yeah,
wanna,
some of the restaurants are Bouchon, the Lobster Trap.
I see Sugo on there. I see the Lobster Trap. Where's that one?
That one's right on Patton Avenue.
No, on the list. Oh, Lobster Trap. There it is. I see it.
Yeah,
I
Savoy.
see Sugo. And did you know? Did you know that on Wednesday, my friends, sometimes Camper Dave, now lately it's been Ziggy, who's a Lithuanian. They go and they on Tuesday they go and they get the fish from the fishermen and from the fishing boats.
Yeah.
And they clean the fish, and they pack them on ice. They stay up all night Tuesday night packing fish on ice and cleaning them and stuff. They drive them up here and they meet me. They sell the fish at the tailgate market, and I pick up the fish for the restaurants, and I deliver the fresh fish that was swimming the day before to the best restaurants in town that buy the
Green tea? Is that one of them?
green tea. No,
Okay.
no, but Lobster Trap has started buying some, and Sugo. I noticed those two because they're 2 of my customers that I deliver the tea
there you
to, the
go.
fish to them. What else? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Savoy, Sugo, Earth Fair, the French Broad Chocolate Lounge, the Grove Park Inn Resort and Spa, Everyday Gourmet and the Old Europe Bistro.
And all these people are donating food.
It's all donated. Everything, the wine's donated, the food is donated, all the silent auction items are donated. It's everybody giving.
You don't have Flying Frog on there. They didn't.
No.
Okay.
Not yet. They could though. I would love to. I would love to have them.
I went to a thing one time where it was all the local restaurants and stuff had outwares, and it was just you just went from table to table and grazed.
The Independent Restaurant Association
Probably,
thing?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Did you go to that?
No, I didn't go to that, but I hear about it a lot.
Well, let me tell you, the Flying Frog, who I did not realize. How long have you been in Asheville? You're not.
Since 2002.
Okay. There used to be a restaurant here called the Windmill. And the guy who owns the Frog apparently was the husband of the woman that ran the Windmill and stuff, which used to be the only place you could get really a decent meal here in town. And the Frog just blew them all away with what the food they put out.
Yeah.
Bit spicy, but they do make some good food, and I enjoyed that. So this will be a little bit like that.
A little bit like that, except there's wine and other drinks. You know, it's not just food. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It doesn't just attract the members; it attracts everybody. So there's a little something for everybody. A lot of locals.
This is going to be in the art museum, or this is going to be like out in the lobby and stuff for the.
In the Pack Place lobby.
And all this sort of spread out through the whole building.
Yeah, it's a big area. So
it
there'll
is.
be the upper and lower promenade is what it's called, and it's inside Pack Place, right through the art museum, and there'll be tables set out all over, up and downstairs. And half of the silent auction will be upstairs, and the other half will be downstairs.
What kind of stuff you got in your silent auction?
So much stuff, and there's a lot of art up for grabs. There's unusually a large amount of paintings this year, but there's a lot of ceramics, there's jewelry, there's lots of gift certificates from spas and restaurants.
Any teapots?
I'm trying to. There is a teapot.
Is there a teapot?
Roseville teapot.
Did you know that our state is getting ready to have a teapot museum?
Yeah.
You did?
Isn't that great?
You know about that? Yes, I think
heard
it's
about
great.
it.
And have you heard all the controversy about it? There's a lot of people saying, when I heard about it, I was so thrilled to hear about it myself. And then I hear that there's controversy and all these people saying, oh, what a waste of taxpayers' money and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, well, finally they did something cool.
Yeah.
and people got to complain about it.
Yeah.
Is it done, or is it?
As far as I know, it's still in process, but it must be very close to done now, I believe, if it's not done.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think that it's open yet.
As soon as it's done, I want to go.
Me too.
Where's the location?
I forget the name of the town.
But it's not in Raleigh. It's
No, it's not in Raleigh.
It's
in a
not
little
far.
town.
It's not far from here, right? I don't even want to say what I might think it is, because I could be totally wrong, and I don't want to give anybody the wrong idea.
Would you hand me the blue teapot, or would you pour me more tea in this?
I feel like it's somewhere like Mount Airy,
It's not Mount Airy.
or Sparta or something like that.
Yeah, right. I think it is too, like that, but not.
But it's not.
Either of those places.
I'd say Tryon.
No, not
Would that be
Tryon.
a guess?
Okay.
Not there.
Well, anyway, how about, could I get one of you to, apparently I've been given this as a, this
Want
is.
me to read it?
Latest news bulletin, yes. Could you read us the latest news bulletin?
Absolutely. Judge to rule Parkland must stay public, attorney says. Superior Court Judge Marlene Hyatt has asked attorney Joe Farrakis, who represents members of the family of the man who gave the land to the county more than 100 years ago, to prepare a draft order granting his client's request for judgment in his favor. Farrakis said at midday today, Hyatt will rule that the property must remain available to the public, thus blocking plans by local developer Stuart Coleman to build a 9-story condominium building on the parcel, Farrakis said. I mean, the case is over and we've won, Farrakis said. The outcome won't become official until Hyatt signs an order and has filed, said Farrakis said, and it is possible that the details of the order will not become known until then. It is common for judges in civil cases to have attorneys for the winning side to prepare a draft order that becomes the basis for the judge's order. Farrakis said It will be possible for Coleman to continue to own the land, but the Hyatt ruling would now allow Coleman to carry through the plans to put a condominium building on the property. Hyatt's action will mean that the land can only be used for public purposes. That does not necessarily invalidate Buncombe County's 2006 sale of the property to Coleman Company. However, he said, I am hoping the county does the right thing here. Give him his money back and take the title back and tell the public and all of us that they are never going to do this again and execute documents to that effect. Relatives of George Willis Pack, a wealthy lumberman who donated downtown parkland to Buncombe County in 1901, brought the suit last year. Buncombe County Commissioners voted in November 2006 to sell a small corner of City Council Plaza that contains a large magnolia to the Coleman Company, along with an adjoining alley and an old building. Coleman wants to combine that property with the Hayes and Hobson building at the corner of Marjorie and Spruce Streets to build a 9-story condominium building. Louise Pack Metcalf, an East Asheville resident who has one of the plaintiffs, could hardly contain her emotion shortly after hearing the news. I am so thankful. I just thank God that they left it as parkland, she said. I am thankful just one time the system worked for the people and not for the big man. The Packs were seeking simply to keep the land available for the public. Ferrick has said not to have the land returned to the Pack family.
Right. That's, I found that confusing, but it's good news, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Do you want to go through it again and pour over some of the various sentences and figure it out? You said it was somewhat confusing. I found it somewhat confusing too, but I was distracted. I am usually.
Me too.
So.
And I don't even know that I'm pronouncing the guy's name right. Ferrix or Ferricus. He's going to find me on the street and say, that's not my name.
Well, it says that the property must remain available to the public, blocking plans by local developer, Stuart Coleman.
But it said also that it acted like he might be able to retain the property,
Yeah.
but it still had to be public.
Yeah.
So does that mean he can put up a water park or what?
I'll see if we can find it. It will be possible for Coleman to continue to own the land, but the ruling would not allow him to carry through with plans to put a condominium building on the property.
Right.
And since it can only be used for public purposes. But, so I guess he can use it for public purposes.
Right, which means he can let it be a park or something, huh? Public purposes, what would public purposes be? A parking lot? I have suggested that it was, since it was supposed to be for public park, that they should make a big high-rise parking lot there, and it'd be the public parking lot. But
A park.
yes.
So it doesn't invalidate the sale of the property, which as I understand it was illegal.
Right.
He's hoping the county does the right thing here.
Right, and what would that be?
Give back the money and take the title back.
But I understood that he wanted like millions of dollars more than he paid for it or something.
I think that's how they work.
I think that they should. I think that they should return his money, and even with a reasonable what's a percentage called? Interest. A reasonable interest. If it was, if I heard what he paid, $430, something like that, $1,000 for it. So they should kick in an extra $50, $60, $75,000 on top of that, which would be a reasonable increase against what he paid for it. And as far as all the money that he claims to have lost in hiring architects and all that kind of stuff, planners and all
Hey, it's a hard work.
great amounts of money that he that he spent in planning to develop that, you know, then I'm just going to have to say, well, he lost that money in an ill-fated plan, in a bad plan,
Right.
of what to do with land that he appeared to have acquired by dubious means to start
Yeah.
with. So
Yeah.
that's
But
you know, he should have checked. He should have done his work in advance, and he should have researched the title,
Well,
the
he
deed to the
might
land.
have.
Here you go. Hi, John.
Hello.
Hi, John.
I bring food.
You do?
Yes.
More cookies.
More cookies, yes. Never have too many
Okay.
cookies.
There we go. Let me adjust the camera so we get you a little bit more on camera.
Okay.
And
Nice haircut.
and because I understand that you're going to address this very issue.
I'm probably not going to address it much more than it's already been addressed.
Really, I was hoping you would, because we're all just confused. And thought that you were here to alleviate the confusion.
I like your pot.
It's
It's a very nice teapot.
It has some very nice tea in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both very good.
But there's definitely some wiggle room in this thing.
How so?
Well, and as far as our understanding goes.
Yeah, I mean, it
we
seems
have a
like
wiggly understanding. You brought these to me?
Yes.
All right.
Well, as I understand it, the big confusion comes down to whether it's going back to the county or going back to the family.